To finalize 5.2, we are now taking all the parts of what we've learned with SOHCAHTOA, and given a triangle with parts already labeled, we are only going to find what is asked for instead of completing the triangle, and then do a couple of word problems. So when we set up problems like 49 to 54 with the given part, there are really only two things that end up happening. So for something like number 49, we have our triangle already given to us. We have that 37 degrees in the bottom left corner. Again, labeling these whatever makes the most sense. The hypotenuse is always an easy one. I actually have nothing on the hypotenuse though. There's no variable there and there's no measurement, so I'm not going to use it. So when you think through SOHCAHTOA, you either have opposite and hypotenuse, so you use sine, or adjacent and hypotenuse, so you use cosine. I don't have a hypotenuse, so these options actually neither is very helpful right now. Especially on tangent. Tangent is opposite divided by adjacent. Well, looky here. I'm trying to find my opposite, and I'm given the side that's adjacent to that 37. So the tangent of 37 degrees is equal to the opposite side, which is labeled as A, and divided by my 250. Now, all three of these trig ratios, whether I know the numerator or the denominator, again, there's only so much I can do to undo what's here. Whenever you're dividing by a value, you multiply to undo it. So this is one of our setups. So we're going to multiply both sides by 250. So A will be equal to 250. And I usually put that value first. It crosses out over there. Times the tangent of 37 degrees. And the reason that I put it first is because when I go to my calculator, if I take 250 and multiply it by the tangent of 37 degrees, and I forget to close the parentheses there, I get the right answer. If I had my 250 at the end and I forgot to close the parentheses, it's going to try to take the tangent of 37 times 250, whatever that very large number ends up being. So I'm supposed to round to the nearest whole unit. So it would be 188 centimeters. I'm going to ignore those decimal points. So this height of my triangle here is about 188 centimeters. So one way to do it, we have the 250 that ends up in the denominator, so we just multiply to undo it. It's not always sine, sometimes it's cosine, sometimes it's tangent. What impacts where it's solving though is where your unknown happens to be. So I'm actually going to skip because, wink wink, 50, 51, 52 are all set up so that you'll have A or B divided by a number, so you just multiply to solve. But 53 is a little different. So for 53 down here, I have my 23 degrees. I have my hypotenuse this time. C is labeled as the hypotenuse. My 16 is opposite from my 23. It's my adjacent side that doesn't have a label. So if I have opposite and hypotenuse labeled, I'm going to end up using the sign. So the sine of 23 degrees is equal to 16 divided by C. This time I can't divide both sides or multiply both sides by 16 to solve. This one's a little different. The end result will be easy enough to work through, but I think it helps to think of this first as a fraction on the left so that I can cross multiply. So if I take C times the sine of 23 degrees, and multiply 1 times 16, then, and I really end up with just a 16 on the other side. To solve for C, because it's now multiplied by the sine of 23, I have to divide both sides by the sine of 23 degrees. So C is actually, as that cancels out, 16 gets divided by the sine of 63. So basically that denominator swaps places with my trig function is how this ends up solving out when I cross multiply. So if I put that into the calculator, 16 divided by the sine of 63. And degrees, you can see at the top of my screen again here that I'm in degree mode, so I know I'm in the right spot. This one, it's not 63, is it? Why did I say 63? Too many sixes. 23 degrees. Let's try this again. 16 divided by the sine of 23 degrees is 41 if I round to the nearest whole number. So if I have about 41 meters for this one. It didn't make a whole lot of sense, my first answer there, where I screwed up the degree for the hypotenuse to only be 1 meter more than the height with that 23 degree angle. So 41 meters for the finale there. So all of these problems really are just the triangles, no context involved at all, but right triangle trig, there are so many word problems we can do. All of these word problems in the book have the triangle already drawn for us, which is very nice. The questions on your exit ticket will be very similar so that you can get that triangle set up. Distances across lakes, because you wouldn't be able to measure across the water otherwise. Heights of trees, heights of buildings, lots of shadows. These tend to be the sorts of problems we work through. So I'm going to pick just 2 of them to take a look at, and then you will be able to check in the classroom for the work for all of them if you're interested in any others. So let's take a look at the tree problem. So 74, a certain time of day, my angle of elevation is 40 degrees. To the nearest foot, find the height. My shadow then, shadows are on the ground. My shadow of 35 is my adjacent side. My height is opposite my 40 degrees. So I am looking at the tangent of 40 being equal to h over 35. Since it's divided by 35, 35 times the tangent of 40 to the nearest foot. So you could key that into the calculator and you should end up with 29 feet when you round to the nearest foot. Let's look at 75. You're finding the angle instead, so is 76. And then we get back into some measurements. Let's take a look at the last one here, number 79. So a telephone pole is 60 feet tall. They gave me that. And if I look at where my theta is at the top, that's the angle I'm trying to find. The 60 is adjacent to that. The wire that's attached to the ground is 75 feet long. So this is almost like a support. That's my wire there. And that is my hypotenuse. So it's been a minute since we've worked with cosine. Cosine of theta is equal to 60 over 75. And to find the angle, to get rid of the cosine, I have to take the cosine inverse of both sides, which just cancels it on the left. And then I take the cosine inverse of this fraction on the right-hand side. And again, on the calculator, that is just second cosine to get that little -1 exponent, which stands for inverse of 60 divided by 75. And this will round to the nearest degree, which is 37 degrees. Okay, so I would recommend taking a look at these problems. They'll be in the PDF notes for the video. Work them out as best as you can and then check the answers before you work out the exit ticket. And again, this is just to wrap up SOHCAHTOA, so a few easy word problems and a few just triangles, where really the focus is, do you recognize which trig function to use? And then you're either multiplying or dividing to solve.